everyone will be able to see you.
Hey,
Hey,
I'm here. I was here the whole time. Patrick's a weirdo.
Duh.
yeah. So guys, what's up? This is exciting.
Is it? What's exciting? What's going on?
Well, it's exciting because for a limited time,
Oh,
I have some weekends off.
Yay!
yay!
And because of that, we're going to be able to do things like this. If you're listening to the audio version, obviously, I think we're going to sound a little more awake than normal.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Especially
I'm
Jordan, who's going to have words today, probably, I think. I'm excited.
I am. 3 of them.
At least 3 words.
He already used them all, though, so that was it.
Fuck.
If you're
You're
watching the
overwhelmed.
video, you'll notice that it's brighter in all of our locations today.
Yes, it is.
Hopefully for the next couple of episodes, we'll actually meet up together.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll have everything ready for you guys by then. Maybe I'll buy a wall mount this week, and then we can mount this up there, so that way this desk is easier to use.
Yeah, or something, and we'll hook the webcam up and we'll stream from the fucking watchtower. I'm sure that'll be interesting.
Yeah, bruh.
Hell yeah.
So, bruh.
Hashtag watchtower life, bruh.
Yeah. I will say that we are currently experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties. If you have watched any of our other YouTube streams or after the fact, the video, you'll notice that normally we have nifty little markers underneath us.
Show our name.
And tell you who we are.
With our names and shit. If you're just coming to this video, you've never, talked to us before, I am Patrick. Then you have Jordan, who is the one with the silver headphones, and you have Bryce with the black hat.
These are not silver, by the way.
Wait,
they're black.
What? I mixed you guys up. I'm sorry. I don't really know who you are. I don't know.
You son of a bitch.
Oh! So
we also have, and guys, don't forget, before we get into because we got some weird shit to talk about today.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cool.
You don't say.
Yeah. I think Jordan's gonna go first, just so in case he falls asleep. But
motherfucker.
Any minute now, I expect to see like your dog run by with like a baby diaper in its mouth or something.
It'll happen. Don't worry about
it. But guys, I just want to remind everybody, check out the website. We do have a live website now. You can find all of our fucking episodes there. Podbean or what's
PBnJ podcast.podbean.com.
I can't remember it, so I don't expect anybody else to. So we're gonna remind you a lot. So definitely check that out. iTunes, Google Play, share us and whatnot, please. We definitely appreciate the exposure. And
except for the guy in the trench coat, I do not appreciate your exposure.
Yeah,
please keep that to yourself.
When we said we're looking for more exposure, we did not really want to see your junk.
No,
just saying.
Not really.
Yeah. Well, Jordan might have. He's kind of into that shit. In fact, if anybody wants to address Jordan, send us an email. You can send him your junk. PB, the letter NJ, podcast@gmail.com. Hit us up. Jordan enjoys junk. It's weird. It's a thing.
Lady junk. Let's be specific.
Yeah. Unless you're wearing a trench coat.
Okay. Trench coats are cool. Show me your trench coat. I'm good with that. I want one. Our buddy Neil has a badass one that
he does.
Is like super expensive, and I want it, and he won't let me wear it.
Yeah,
of course
no.
not.
He doesn't even let anybody fucking touch that thing.
Bro,
I like touched the shoulder of it to like feel the fabric, and he looked at me like he was gonna fucking punch me. I was like, I'm sorry.
It's a sexy trench coat, man. I want one.
Sexy trench coat. This motherfucker said sexy trench coat.
Sexy trench coat. It's what it is.
So
Neil looked like he belonged in like the Matrix movies, like a fan-made Matrix movie.
Like us, share us, love us. Don't eat Tide Pods. What?
Debatable.
Yeah. Right. That's
the forbidden fruit, my guy.
That's actually one of the things that I wanted to talk about. Apparently, it started like 3 years ago in 2015 when I was looking it up, but it's coming back around again, and a lot of people are starting to fucking eat Tide Pods, and I don't understand why.
Well, here's the thing about it is back in the day, it was originally like a shared experience among certain people with autism, where they would explain how they would look at Tide Pods, and while they knew that they were poisonous and terrible for you and all that shit, and
It
they're
looks
just
like something to
this
eat.
looks delicious.
Yeah.
I really want to try it, even though I know it's bad. And then it became a shared experience among other people who are outside of the autistic, full-blown autism, who are like, no, it's not just you guys.
I agree. I've never
it.
inspected a Tide Pod before. I'm curious though.
Mhm.
Does this also include like the little pods for your dishwasher?
No. It's specifically because Tide Pods have very specific saturations of color and scent. And there's actually someone who like broke it down in a post, and he basically explained how the reptilian part of our brain from like caveman days, it's just like that looks like a berry because the color is perfect for not poison berry. It smells like delicious fruit. This is good. Go eat the thing. And then our real brain's just like lizard brain. I need you to stop.
Yeah.
And then lizard brain's like, but what if we didn't stop? And then real brain's like, no.
But where the
You have a
problem comes
point.
from, where the real problem comes from is when pure common sense is completely put to the side.
It's thrown out the
For
window.
me,
at
And
that
it's
point.
not done because it's
it's no longer about
instinct.
it looking delicious and then being like, oh, this. It's now become a joke to the point where people want to complete the joke for popularity.
I guess for stupidity.
For memes, yeah, stupid.
Well, it's for views on YouTube. It's for your moment, your 15 minutes of
Is that what we got to do?
Yeah.
I mean,
you eat the
guys,
Tide Pod on video.
You know what? PBnJ podcast presents eating Tide Pods.
I'd rather prevent it because that's fucking dumb. This is what it is.
I have
views,
a Tide
reviews,
Pod
motherfucker.
I can
Look,
use.
we want people to watch us.
All right, you do it.
We're just
I
gonna
ain't
have to.
putting that shit in my mouth.
No. We're gonna cut it into pieces. One Tide Pod.
No,
We'll
that's
cut
not
it
how
into
that
three
works.
That's not gonna
pieces.
work.
Cut it into pieces. You have to. We each would have to get our own Tide Pod.
Can I put it in a smoothie?
No,
Count
Can
me
I
out.
eat it on toast?
probably.
You probably, yeah, but
Yeah.
Like if I
wouldn't
use
recommend it.
toast, if I made a Tide Pod sandwich,
I think
safe,
that'd be okay.
you know, right? So
The bread
Maybe
soaks
with
up
the
all the
bread,
toxins
yeah.
that cause your digestive tract to melt.
yeah, it prevents
That's
you
just
from.
science.
Yeah, well, everybody knows science.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, everybody.
you're fucking
So-
crazy. You do it on your own. I ain't doing that shit.
So, what do you think, though, Jordan? Because I know this is something you wanted to talk about. Have you watched any of these videos?
No, I don't want to perpetuate that shit, but I want to understand. I didn't know that it started as like a, like Bryce said. I didn't know it was.
Yeah, it just started off as like people being like, wow, someone else had that thought too. I thought I was alone in this crazy thought of I want to eat this Tide Pod. Kind of like how some people, when they stand near a ledge, there's that part of their brain that's just like, fucking jump, pussy. Jump. And then you're just like, I really want to jump. And you have to, or like you're holding an expensive phone and you're like right by a lake or right over the edge. And you're just like, what if I just fucking chuck this shit right now? Like that part of your brain that's just like, fucking do it.
I've done that.
Your what if-o meter. See, the what if-o meter is always running, though, like constantly, which is, why we think, oh, parallel universes and whatnot, right? Because it's the what if-o meter. But when it gets out of control, when you're like, what if I push my friend off the side of this fucking cliff, or like that, because that's how that happens. And you're so like, what if I eat this Tide Pod? If I don't die, I'll be cool as fuck.
But
Cool
not really.
AF.
No, you're not cool AF. But like I understand the what if meter,
And what's
whatever
really
you call it.
cool about the what if meter is that actually is someone actually talked about that too, specifically where your brain craves certain chemicals like and to
heroin.
make you feel good. Yeah, it's just like heroin.
Yeah.
And so your brain will force itself to scare you. Like it'll scare itself a little bit and stress itself out so that way it could release the adrenaline and stuff. So you could be like, I got that little hit I needed to get through the day. So like people who have depression and shit like that, they've experienced the what if I just threw this fucking phone off the side of this cliff? That
Exactly.
they experience that more than your average person.
Really?
Yeah,
Like I get that all the
It's
time.
your brain
Like,
kind of self-medicating a little bit.
well,
there's
I'm not
times
depressed, but I'll be like, oh, what'll happen if I just ran in front of this semi? Like I'll think about it, but I'm not gonna fucking do it.
Exactly. Well, it's kind of
Well, it's
like
an urge to
once a
suddenly do
year. Once a year, we would go to a resort over by Disney, right? And you know, we're big fat ballers, so we get big room way the fuck up, you know.
Yeah.
And you
Tie
go
the
out on the
bed sheets
balcony,
together,
bro, and you could fucking look out.
bungee rope.
Yeah, you can look out for like fucking miles and
Yeah.
miles,
Oh, yeah.
miles, and
The
you look
floor's all
down,
flat, so you can see forever.
you know, and it kind of starts with, what if I like flick my cigarette over the edge, you know, and then it's like, well, what if like I threw my phone, and then it's like, well, what if I threw me? You know,
And then all of a sudden,
so-
there's the jump off the balcony fucking challenge.
Now, a lot of fucking people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're fucking crazy," but everybody's what if-o meter is 100%.
Yeah, it's
right on
100% there for everybody.
Everybody,
No one
yes.
can fucking lie and say they've never had that thought.
Yeah, no.
I've
'cause
never
everybody
had that
does.
thought for a fucking Tide Pod. I can 100%
Well,
tell you that.
You may not have experienced that in particular, but
Well,
the
it's
what
like
if
the-
meter's there for everyone.
Like the thing with things don't affect everybody, right? So
Yeah.
there's like the thing with like the holes, right? And that really like multiple little holes in something really fucks with.
Like the feet and stuff.
You know what's funny? When I look at
Oh, the
that,
little lotus flower?
I get an effect in my brain, but it's not doesn't gross me out. It's like
I wanna touch
I
it.
want to touch it. Yes,
Yeah.
I want to touch it. So that's a common response. So there's gonna be
For me and my best friend, whenever there's an animatronic that moves its mouth, we both have this urge to stick our finger in the mouth while it's talking.
Yeah, see, now that's a thing. A
Yeah.
little weirder, but it's
is a little
Oh,
weird.
that's a little better than I want to touch your footholes? Nah, bruh. I'm going to go ahead and say you're on the weird one for this. You fucking-
No.
No.
Mine is
Footholes
more
are cool to
common.
touch.
Mine is
Oh,
more
is it?
common. Yes.
Are there that many footholes in the world?
In Bryce's defense, though, when you get those kids' toys where you like squeeze the stomach or something and then the mouth opens,
I've
do
always
tend
stuck my
to put
finger in it, but I wasn't
That's what
going
I'm
to tell him.
Fucking bastard, trying to make me the weird one when you want to fucking touch footholes.
So I'm going to go ahead and vote. If you eat a Tide Pod, you're a fucktard.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
Right.
obviously.
100%.
Well, and the thing about it is the Tide Pod challenge wasn't even a thing until the news started reporting it. It's just like when they reported on the girls are dunking tampons in vodka and then sticking it up their cooch. Like that whole thing
What?
wasn't a thing until the news made it up, essentially, because they heard
Yeah.
it somewhere.
Well,
And
there's
then
always
people
been a
tried
weird
it.
thing with trying to put alcohol in your butthole. Like, that's a thing.
Well, no, the butt chugging thing is another thing that was originally like media hype, and then it turned into
Yeah, but
we're
people
gonna
had
butt
already
chug.
done it because there was like stories about it. Like, I'm going to go ahead and assume
Yeah, but it wasn't like a
one-
widespread thing.
at
It was
least
like
one or two people fucking dipped a tampon in some fucking vodka, called it a vodka-ton, and put it in their vagina.
No. I agree.
That's
that,
fucking
that
gross.
one or two
Yeah.
people probably did that, and then it exploded
Also,
outwards.
I've gotten a little bit of soap in my fucking pee hole before and wanted to cry.
It burns. Yeah.
So I can only
Yeah.
imagine what vodka in your fucking cooch feels like.
Well, not only that, but that kills all the good bacteria in there. So yeast infection for days once they're done.
for
Like,
fucking days.
like
that's
it's apocalypse now in that cooter. So I'm just giving you forewarning. Don't do it, ladies. Keep
Please.
your
Please
vaginal
don't.
environment healthy. Please do not put alcohol in your cooter. Thank you.
Now, if you want to put alcohol in your butthole, I mean, I guess it's safer. I don't really know.
I mean, as far as like vaginal health, yeah, but you're going directly in the bloodstream. You're still more likely to die of alcohol poisoning from doing that.
So, in an ironic twist of fate,
Mm.
the other thing that I think Jordan told me he wanted to talk about
Is
was
butt
also
chugging?
about. No, but that would be super fucking funny.
Yeah.
Jordan's like, well, guys, I tried butt chugging. I like it.
You
I'm
know,
gonna
they
try to
just-
eat through my butthole and poop through my mouth, like on
no
fucking-
negativity.
like
to
on
report.
South Park.
Carry on.
No. It was about somebody else put something in their mouth that they shouldn't have.
Yeah. And it fucking happened yesterday. So I don't know the full circumstances behind it, but there's a dude in China.
Okay.
Who, essentially he was looking for a battery for his iPhone.
All right.
Didn't think it was legit. and his legitimacy test was to fucking bite it.
So wait, he thought it's like gold, where you bite it to check if it's real.
I guess so. And what do you think happened? It exploded in his
exploded.
fucking mouth.
I like the idea of
Jesus.
saying, look, if this is a real battery, when my teeth puncture it and my saliva touches the lithium, it will explode. If it doesn't explode, I'm not fucking buying this battery.
Yeah. If this doesn't blow up in my face, then
If it wasn't incredibly
there's going to be
dangerous,
egg all over yours, mister, when I don't pay for it.
Right?
technically it worked, but I'm pretty sure there's other ways to find out.
About 500,000 other ways, including the fucking
Legitimately
serial
buying
number
from
stamped
Apple?
on
How
the
about
shit.
that?
2 seconds of Google.
Yeah, right. How about instead of going to fucking pawn shop, fucking battery sale guy at the fucking flea market, you know, it was Japan's version of that, I guess. It was a Japan guy. It was
China.
in Japan, right?
China.
Or
China.
right? Chinese version of that flea market. But you could have just bought it from Apple, right?
Yeah,
I
go to
guess
the
in
Apple Store.
China, maybe not.
No, they could have.
Yeah. Now that we're thinking about it, you know.
They definitely could have still.
He could have.
He could have ordered it.
Also, the other thing is China's like the king of bootlegging literally everything. So
Now that is true, but
so
your
more than
instinct
likely
shouldn't
the
be
battery
bite
is
the fucking
probably-
battery.
no, it definitely shouldn't. Is there pictures of this, Jordan?
There's security camera footage of it.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
And
It
we're gonna
happened
put-
in the store.
Why didn't you send it to us, my guy?
Because I just read about it this morning. Let me see if I can find it.
So send a link and we'll get a little reaction to it. Also, in fact, you know what? I think we could play it through the Hangout. I'll see if I can do that.
Yeah, figure that out.
This guy though, like, did he die? Is he all right?
No, I mean he got hurt, but he didn't die.
His
Somehow.
tongue is probably really like burnt.
I would imagine his face is burnt to some
Yeah.
degree.
I bet. That's fucking
Actually,
crazy.
when
How
I was a
young
kid-
idiots.
Can you be honestly?
When I was a kid, there was I was drinking grape juice and I'd just been playing with this toy and there was battery leakage from the toy and I didn't know. And I had some battery acid on my fucking, like, the skin in between your index finger and your thumb, the little webbing there.
Yeah.
Thought it was grape juice, licked it off. Wasn't grape juice. Tongue was not in a good place for a long ass time. But good news is my parents, to make me feel better, took me to Blockbuster. Fucking rented SWAT Cats, the video game. Some good shit, man. That was my battery acid story.
Found the video.
And it was perfectly timed so you can find the video. You're
the
welcome.
first time that I ever
Listeners.
found out that battery acid will not really hurt your skin on the outside so much, but if you get it on your clothes, 100% expect a hole.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
Yep, absolutely. I just sent
100%.
it to you guys.
All right, we're gonna fucking check this shit
Like,
out.
how dumb can you be, though? Honestly,
I mean, we just talked about people who ate Tide Pods, so pretty dumb.
How long is the video?
it's like 10 seconds.
That's what I like to hear. All right,
The ad
gonna
that
go ahead and
plays
push it
before
play
it
now.
is longer.
Favor. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen,
Okay.
right? So everybody click on my
Oh
I'm
my
like-
god!
I guess he watched it.
all right.
Can you screen
Here we
share?
go.
I don't even know if you can do
It
that.
looks like someone fired a shotgun blast.
in his face.
Yeah, like Jesus. The dude's pretty okay.
Yeah.
He's spitting
All right,
blood,
here we
but
go.
he's
Click on
pretty all
Patrick.
right. He's just like, holy shit, did that just happen?
All
He's
right,
walking
ready?
over to this girl and he's like touching her hair. Are you okay? Like,
All right.
fucking, you bit the battery, asshole. She's not okay.
Here
It's,
you go.
it's the dude on the left side of the screen.
Yeah, he's got the hat on.
Oh,
Instant explosion.
no!
Why?
That is absolutely batshit insane. Like, oh my god. I love that you can loop it.
Jesus, that's fucking hilarious.
It's legitimately
Okay.
just like a shotgun blast, like a dragon fire shotgun blast, right in front of his face.
So stupid. I will never.
He's
ever
lucky it didn't
understand.
blow up in his mouth.
Oh,
Like,
man,
he
make
hit
sure
it
you
and then he moved it back because he was
That's
looking at it,
fucking-
and that's when the air finally hit
Yeah,
it.
he had like a split second between him taking it out of his mouth.
Because if it was in his mouth, not only
And it was like a
teeth
massive
in his
explosion,
face,
though. Like,
Yeah, it was huge.
yeah, no, that actually would have broken his jaw and probably taken teeth
but
out.
the poor girl, right? The poor girl in the bottom left of the screen catches fucking fireball to the face.
She does.
Like,
and the guy just walks over like, "Are you okay?" And he touches her hair, laughing. And it's just like, dude,
I almost killed
blew
us.
up a battery in front of her fucking face. You asshole! She's just trying to shop, my guy.
Oh my god, my god,
My guy.
I'm just saying.
Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Dude,
I'm
people are
one more time.
do it. People are fucking assholes though. Like, seriously. Like, this guy, prime example of pure stupidity. Let me bite a hole in this battery, almost blow my face off, catch some poor lady, set fucking hair on fire.
And you know what? Let me put the moves on her while I'm at it. I'm gonna walk over and touch her hair a little bit.
Maybe that's hold on. You know what?
That was his whole plan.
That was the whole plan. He knew it was going to happen. That's why he pulled it away from his face. He knew that she was far enough away to not get seriously hurt, but scared. And then he was going to move in.
It lands on the floor and is just sitting there in open flame.
Yep.
What a dumbass.
Well, he's like, the flame I have for you is that battery right over there.
Do you remember when we were talking about graphene?
Yeah.
Right, guys. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about, go back a couple episodes. We talk about this magic metal, but once graphene batteries are completed, that kind of shit will be impossible.
So they don't blow up. That's awesome.
No, they don't. That's the only reason that blew up is because lithium is fucking extremely volatile.
It's unstable as fuck. The moment it has oxygen, it's just like, yes, queen.
Yep. And if you add liquid as well, like let's say like your saliva, for example, it's a massive catalyst.
Oh yeah. And I don't know, lithium ion is just so fucking scary. It's like we're literally all walking around with small explosives in our pockets.
No, really though. Yeah, I actually a lot of times I have two phones on me at any given time, right? Plus I have my vape. Now my vape has two 18650 lithium batteries in it. So I'm gonna die, I think, but it's okay, YOLO. So
I have a little bit of a short story that I had written a while back where a guy gets saved for like 2 seconds from a bullet because it hits his phone, but the lithium ion battery finishes him off. Oh. And it's just like the worst luck ever.
That's fucking dude. That would probably happen, right? Like you get shot, and like, oh my god, I can't believe I made it, and like you pull your pocket open and you're looking down, and you're like, oh,
gets in it, and then boom,
yeah, and then you're fucking,
and then the shrapnel goes in your eye, and it's just like rip.
Or like my watch, for example. I wonder, like, if the battery in my watch exploded, would it blow my hand off?
I don't know if it's that big.
I don't know if it would go completely off, just because.
It would blow a chunk out of my wrist.
It fucking hurt. I'll tell you that.
Probably break the wrist too, to where you would probably have a little dangle action. But I don't think it would be enough to completely separate all the tendons and shit. Like it'll hang on by the tendons.
I'm too much of a man. If my wrist starts to dangle on its own, I will break it off the rest of the way.
Okay.
Cleaver action.
You won't. You little
Fair
girl.
enough.
Actually, I'll just take pencils and like I'll just make a splint for my hand.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not going to the hospital for this.
Yeah. I don't go to the hospital for things. We all know this.
But you're safer than normal humans because you have Mountain Dew for blood. So
that's true.
You don't have
actually
to
right now. I'm drinking Mountain Dew out of this emoji cup.
You said that you have an emoji cup.
I do.
Is this lunch?
That's awesome. No, this is normal. This is Life Dew.
Okay.
I had a Clear Dew yesterday. It's essentially Sierra Mist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Clear Dew is Sierra Mist, has less calories and such, but
I have to ask, out of the choices available, Sierra Mist, 7-Up, or Sprite, what is your favorites?
Now it would be Clear Dew.
Okay, so now that Clear Dew's in the mix, you're all about it. Is that for brand loyalty, is that?
No, I like Sprite over Sierra Mist.
I agree.
But Clear Dew, maybe brand loyalty. I don't know. It was good. It tasted like a mix of Mountain Dew, Sprite, Sierra Mist. Like it's in a middle ground. It was pretty good.
I've never had a
I'm a
clear
big
dew, so
7
I'm
Up
gonna have
guy.
to check it out.
I don't like 7-Up unless it's Heads Up 7-Up game.
Heads Up 7-Up, I'm good with.
Yo, Heads Up 7 Up was my shit in elementary school. I had the perfect arm setup, so like I could have that gap underneath my left arm, because I was the fat kid, no one could tell but me.
Yeah,
And I was just like, bam, I see who you are. I see who's coming for me. Yo, fuck you. I cheated like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't play that game and not cheat.
I was an asshole. That game was literally, we're going to teach you how to cheat as a child.
yeah.
Because otherwise it's all random chance. So the people who were good at Heads Up 7 Up, you knew they had the strats. But,
So yeah, they're looking at shoes or something, right? Like you look down.
you look at
something,
shoes, or there's this one kid who was really good at smelling.
There's scent.
Like
What?
insanely good at smelling. Like we were calling bullshit on him, and so we did like a blindfold test, and he could tell who was in front of him based on their smell. So that's how
impressive.
he won every time. I
So
know.
he
I
was
was just like,
actually
he's
a
Well, what you
Good
do
job
is
in
everybody
disguise.
wears the same spray. So you bring a
yeah, we all get a
pungent-
can of Axe, and we're just like,
Yeah, exactly.
smells like middle school in here. No.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so on the same vein of fucking crazy fucking cheating pieces of shit, as well as idiot people, right? Like our
All right.
battery biting winner here.
Yeah.
Darwin Award.
So the other day, I'm just chilling at home, right? And all of a sudden I get like 20 text messages about password reset attempts, but for AT&T messages. Now, AT&T messages is like what handles the communications of text messages between my cell phone and my smartwatch, right?
Yeah.
However, it also allows you to like text message on like the computer or your tablet and all that jazz.
Right.
So I just thought it was the sync thing messing up, just
It's
to make
like
sure I
ghetto
call.
Apple iMessaging.
Sort of, yeah. So I call them, and they're like, "Oh, we don't see really any activity right now." They're like, "You should change the password." I'm like, "I'm not worried about it." So then the next day, I get 2 pin requests to my text messages. And I'm like, "That's weird." You know, and anybody that doesn't know, anything you do on pretty much any website nowadays, right?
Yeah.
When you go to do it, it sends you a text message to see that you're
The
you,
verification thing.
right?
And so someone tried to sign into your AT&T messages so they can receive the text.
So then all of a sudden I get a confirmation that my address was changed.
Ooh.
And I'm like,
Huh.
what the fuck? So I immediately log into my account. I immediately call, AT&T, and they're
like, stop.
pretty good at that kind of stuff, So I'm like, guys, look, this is what's happening, yada yada yada. So they change everything back. I turn extra security on, so it requires a passcode now. My regular passcode, change the address, change my online password, all that stuff,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, cool. So I log off. Now at this time, I did not realize that they were using AT&T messages yet. Okay.
Okay.
So then I'm sitting there like 20 minutes later, all of a sudden I start to get password pin reset requests now to reset my passcode to access my account, because now I turned on the extra thing that it asks for the
Oh my
passcode
God.
now.
Yep.
So you put the password in and a passcode. So now you need 2 things.
Yeah.
They managed to reset both of them. And then it dawns on me. I'm like, oh, this
The messages
motherfucker,
thing from the other
they
day.
can read my text messages. That's what that whole was all about. I was
Yeah.
like, man, that's fucking smart. So I get AT&T back on the phone, and meanwhile I'm like, so I text message myself.
No activity, huh?
Right.
Oh,
Text
what'd you say
message-
to yourself? Fuck you,
I
you
te-
fucking cunts, I'm on to you?
Yeah. Essentially. Hold on. I mean,
Man, I
I'm
wanna hear
massive.
this.
I shot some bluff out there. You know what I mean? Hold on. It's not on there.
This
I
is
wanna
the
read you.
Chicago Police Department. Officer McLeod here.
No. That would have been fucking.
IP. You
That
That would
don't
have been
awesome.
amazing. That would have been amazing. I was like, I wrote him. I'm like, I know you're using AT&T messages to see my fucking text messages. So I know you can fucking see this text. Just so you know, I now know exactly where you are. I have your phone number. I have your sign-in information. I have your IP address. Just keep on changing stuff. And then I was like, and the more stuff you change, the more
more I
stuff I'll
get.
know.
Yeah.
Right. And then all of a sudden, my online account delinks itself from my user ID.
Yup.
and I'm like, what the fuck? So then I'm like, all right, this is what we need to do. I was like, go now, because I happen to magically know a way to perfectly fix this where you can never access that system again. So I instructed said person to do it. and completely sabotaged the AT&T messages system. So now there is no more, it doesn't work on my account unless somebody specifically goes in there and fixes what I had done, right?
And what I find funny about all this is how big of a fucking security risk this stupid feature literally no one uses is.
Well, you know what's funny though is how did it actually? Hold on. I'll tell you in a minute because I figured out what the
point of failure was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, so then so eventually I fixed everything and it's all good to go. And before I had him do the thing, right? Because I relinked my account, changed everything, got everything done there. But I was like, hold on, don't do it yet. I sent one more text message, which was, "Got you, motherfucker." And then I sent it. I waited a minute because I know there's a little bit of sync time.
Right.
And then I had him delete everything. And so I do know that his name is Jose. I do have his physical address. I do have his phone number.
Let's go hunt him down.
He does live in Pennsylvania, Allentown, Pennsylvania, to be exact.
Hi, Jose.
Hi, Jose. Motherfucker. So
I got friends that live there.
And not for nothing, I'm thinking, Reddit would probably really want to know his address for things.
Yeah.
I think that's a good possibility. Right? You know what else I'm thinking? I'm thinking that Reddit would love if we did a road trip story where we rode up on his ass and said, "Hey, Jose."
I said, "Hey,
up, my friend."
I said, "Hey." Yeah, well, the funny part about that is that so then I'm like, okay. So the only way they could have gained access to my messages account was if they managed to get one of those password resets.
Yeah.
So I'm like, was it an email failure? So I'm checking. I have 2 email accounts that are associated with AT&T. I check them. Nothing. Right. Okay. What it was, somebody used a social engineering trick.
Of course.
Through chat.
Jesus Christ.
So what they did was they got them to change the contact number for the text message. But what it was is now it's funny is now this person obviously just didn't think it through what they were doing. The person they only changed it for the purposes of AT&T messages contact information though.
Yeah.
They didn't change it on the primary account.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe they conned.
You're like, oh, if it's not the primary account, then it's safe or whatever.
They probably got conned. I'm assuming that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
We know social engineering is pretty intense, and me, like us, not for nothing. I can spot you a mile away, so you can suck it, right?
Same.
You guys are the same.
Call me up for me to like not fucking know. I know your shit.
So. Needless to say, though, it was a fucking experience. Like, the whole thing lasted like 2 hours. Like, seriously. Like, I'm on my fucking phone and I change something and I watch it change back.
And then all of a sudden, there's just like this 3D image of a pirate ship going through cyberspace.
Yeah.
Just shouting, "I'm the planet!" And then there for no
what's
reason.
funnier is if I know they have access to it, but they're not going to give it to me. But I wish I had this guy's IP address because I would love to raise the fucking Skull and Crossbones, and we have a little way with him and his computer's asshole. But
I used to do shit like that all the time. I used to be a little asshole. I told you guys about that.
Yeah. But I mean, we can do all kinds of fun stuff. Just give us a little bit of time. We can just own his router. Never let him even know we're there, and just slowly mess with him piece by piece daily. It would be amazing.
I would just make his Wi-Fi just like I would throttle it.
Yep. Or every time you see him trying to do what he tried to do to me, we prevent it. Yeah, we like he would never be. So
the digital arrow.
Yeah, right. You have failed this internet. We could be Team Digital Arrow. I'm in on that.
And you know what?
I'm down.
His ISP would be the Flash in that scenario. It's got to get faster.
Yeah. Oh man, you know what? If nobody knows what we're talking about, please watch the shows. Look, I'm not plugging the CW, but I kind of am. They got some pretty dope shows.
Yeah,
the Flash, Arrow, even Supergirl. If you can get over the girliness of it, isn't bad.
I don't have to watch any of them. I've got these 2 knuckleheads.
There's actually a new show called Black Lightning.
That sounds cool.
It's pretty damn neat. I like it. For being only on its 2nd or 3rd episode, like they chose really good actors. It's a pretty fucking cool show. I like it a lot. You should check it out.
I'll have to check
I mean, each show that they release, they're like increasing the budget a little bit, and like they're trying harder because they're realizing it's safer and safer of a bet as they expound on that on that universe they're creating, the CW verse.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they're
it's
doing a
funny
good
they call
job,
it the
dude.
Arrowverse, because
Better
Arrow
than their
was
fucking
the first
movies.
show. The Black Lightning show isn't in that universe, at least right now.
Right.
Kind of takes place in its own little deal, but it's pretty fucking cool. I like it.
I'm trying to remember who
He's a black guy.
Black Lightning is.
He's a black guy that has lightning.
Well, no, I know, but like who he is in terms of the overall fabric of.
I think he was he was in. I think the way it worked was he was a low level, street level hero, right?
Right.
He's a lot like the Luke Cage character.
Yeah, like Luke Cage, and like
he's trying to save his area
his
there.
area.
There's lots of injustice against and racism and shit, which kind of drives the story. Actually, a lot of gang violence is really what drives the story, right? So like, and this was during a time where like black on black crime was like really bad, and like that era is kind of where this is derived from.
Kind of like how the Punisher came out during like to expound upon the whole fucking Italian mafia running New York and New Jersey.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, you have a white guy killing all the fucking Italian mob.
So this shit is, and it's cool, and this it doesn't take place like it's not an origin story at all. It takes place. He's old, has kids, whatever. He hasn't been Black Lightning in a long time. He was a fugitive for being Black Lightning, yada yada. Some shit goes down, and he has to put a suit back on. But he's like conflicted about it. But every time he uses his powers, because he's old now, it's like kind of killing him,
Right.
So cool. There's like a level of humanity which I really fucking like. Where they're like
where you're a superhero, like you're a super being, but you're still mortal.
Yeah, well, they show him in one scene, he's glowing and fucking shooting lightning out of his hands and fucking taking bullets to his armor. Granted, it's to his armor, not to him. He's not bulletproof, but and then it shows the next day where he can't even stand and his body's like got electricity pulsing through it, like it's fucking eating him alive, Right. Like it's the show is really good. You guys should check it out.
I'll check it out. That sounds
CW,
cool.
fucking pay me for that plug I just gave you, you fucking pieces of shit.
That's how you get it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, we heart you and such, I guess. Also, get rid of Diggle. I hate Diggle.
I liked him. I don't know. What are they doing with him? Like, why is he such a little bitch now?
I don't know. He's going to be better now that they somehow have a magical chip in his hand. Whatever.
I'm not fully caught up, but still.
Oh, I don't want to ruin it, but he gets better.
Let's just we'll leave the Diggles alone, all right, guys. I don't want to hear about you diggling.
Diggle, dilly, dilly.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say on that note, we're gonna take a break.
Yeah, you guys want to take a little resty westy?
A little dilly break.
All right.
No,
we're gonna take a break. Unless you're here for our video stream. I don't know if the two people in there is just us, or if we have visitors right now.
I don't know.
It's whatever. Don't throw them on the spotlight.
Well, we'll still be here.
What I'm saying is
just lurk.
What I'm saying is, if you're chilling, the video stream doesn't stop for break. So, we edit this stuff up, and Jordan makes it pretty for the podcast version. So
did the break start already, or are we just still?
No, we're gonna start right now.
We're starting break now. See you in a minute.
Bye. Welcome to Break
3934.
Break.
I'll write that down.
Break.
Put that in the Hangouts to do.
Well, I will do.
Thank you, do. He threw his headphones down.
Why did you throw your headphones? Don't throw your headphones.
Because of me. Oh, I'm so happy.
You're retarded.
I'm done now.
What is?
What made him throw his headphones down? It's funny.
I need the ozone to like collapse some more, so we can get some radiation for this cancer. I need the core in the earth to stop.
You little
I'm fucking done. I hate you guys. So what are we doing for break? Nothing probably. Elevator music? You want to have a skit?
probably elevator music.
Yeah.
Oh, hey John. What's up, John? John just joined.
John,
Who else
we're
is
on
here?
break right now.
Oh, my mother's watching. Hi, Mom.
Oh, it's Jordan's
Adorable.
mom. I'm gonna say now. I didn't know she had YouTube. You told us
Everybody
she
has
didn't.
YouTube.
You told us she didn't know how to use YouTube, Jordan.
No, I didn't. Shut up.
No.
We thought we were safe. We thought we were safe.
John,
Oh,
we're
look
on
at
break
him.
right now. We're just chilling.
Yeah, we're just chilling. We'll be back to normal in a minute. I'll be right back.
All right.
Aww.
Sweet. Shoot.
That's for you. All right. So I am super excited. Where's the
About
thing
what?
with the stuff we were going to talk about? That's here.
It's
Okay.
in the Hangout.
Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in the hangout now.
There you go.
What part should we talk about now? I'm trying to think of what he's going to be bringing this back in. So we actually still have a decent amount of shit to talk about. I don't know if we'll get to all of it. We'll just drop some of it out. I mean, some of the stuff I want to talk about can be severely reduced down. But one of the things that's really interesting to me is some of this fucking mascot history. Like Tony the Tiger used to be like this little tiny like fucking little chibi fat tiger, and then they turned him into the ripped, roided out tiger he is now, as a way of showing that eating cereal is healthy. They turned him into like a weightlifter who's always doing like exercise with kids and shit, which has its own like crazy connotations.
It is weird. Yeah.
Especially because you can't see his testicles at all, and one of the symptoms of steroid abuse is shrinkage of the testicles. My theory: Tony the Tiger is heavily addicted to steroid abuse and weightlifting to the point where he's going to die eventually. So it's just a little sneak peek for some of the interesting things I found out about some mascots.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's some strange ass theories.
You know, what can I say?
Where did you get that from, though?
What do you mean?
Cracked?
That's one of my sources, yeah. There was a video that was done years ago on my favorite show for them, After Hours, where they were just talking about how cereal is marketed to kids and shit, and how you'll notice that whenever when they talk about cereal, they always play on your senses. They don't tell you straight up, because they assume kids are stupid, so they don't tell you straight up like, hey, look for the box with this on the front. They say follow your nose or listen for the snap, crackle, and pop. And it's always like sensory stuff, and it made it more interesting for kids. And how cereal boxes, all the characters' eyes look down a little bit, and specifically so that way when a kid looks up at the cereal box when it's a certain height and it's on the shelf at a certain way, it makes it look like the cereal boxes are looking at the kid. So the kid makes eye contact and feels an attachment to the box. So that way it's more likely to buy or demand that cereal from its parents. Like, all that shit is insane and really interesting to me. But I just want to talk about the weird shit that the mascots specifically have behind them. But yeah, that was one of the videos I watched like years ago. It was really good.
That's odd. You
Yeah.
watch weird stuff.
Bro, I live for weird shit. All right.
All right.
Makes you very interesting at sexy parties. You just walk
Have
up.
you guys watched the new Bad Lip Reading Empire Strikes Back song?
No.
It's amazing.
I think I did.
There's Hostels on the Hill.
Came out of yeah.
I've been busy.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
So sorry.
I
You
hate
taste like
watching
cinnamon.
bad lip reading because I always tell myself I'm just gonna watch one, and I
Then
And then you watch.
87.
4
Yeah.
videos later, 20 minutes of your time's gone. You're like, what happened to my life?
Yep.
I used to be in
I'm
control.
Darius.
What would happen if I just jumped off this roof? What if I just watched one more video?
I got very nice pants. I can't dance. I like romance.
Are you just gonna do quotes for the video I haven't seen yet? Is that just how this will go forever?
Yeah.
Please.
So,
Mhm.
anyway, Jordan, are you going to magic-y in some elevator music?
Yeah.
Okay.
As always.
What are we doing when we come back?
I don't know.
Well,
Jesus.
Whatever
you're
you
gonna
want.
bring us back in, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring us back. We can talk about, like I said, I on one of the episodes of Tom and Dan I was just listening to, they were talking about Deltona being the second best place in a zombie apocalypse. We really need to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Because I live in Deltona, like I'm in it right now, and I just don't know if I believe it or not.
I don't.
I don't either.
And then we could pick one or two of the other things. So the United Airlines thing, or
Well, that's gonna take 2 seconds.
or
And
Bose.
you know what? We could even, you know what? For the United Airlines thing, we could just make that a skip for the ad. I could do that real quick. Where it's basically like, this is the PB&J podcast bringing you breaking news of how we are responsible for improving your everyday lives, like something like that.
Oh, okay.
So I'll do that now. Hold on. Time of the recording.
Hey, are we gonna join in? What should we
Yeah,
say?
Yeah, you
I have
guys.
no idea. I don't know what this is about.
Oh, United Airlines is changing their policy to where they no longer eject people from seats violently and beat old Asian men. Instead, now they'll pay. They will
Good job,
pay
guys.
up to $10,000 per seat for overbooking.
Voluntary cancellations, I guess.
Yeah, like full blown. We will pay you for your seat.
Hey, it
like,
probably should
dang.
have been like that already. Just saying.
It should have, and maybe they shouldn't overbook their fucking flights. But whatever.
That too.
But yeah, so I'm gonna talk about
They
that.
overbook on purpose.
I know it's because they know that someone's going to cancel or someone's going to do that or this. But this was like overbooking when they knew they were going to have employees. Overbook the other seats. Like, why are you going to throw employees on there after you've already overbooked the flight? Like, that's so fucking dumb.
Because dumb.
Super dumb.
But yeah. So at around 48 minutes 30 seconds is when this skit starts. Hey everybody, welcome to another PB&J break. We're all eating our sandwiches right now, just chilling. And I just wanted to break you
I need
some
milk.
breaking news. There's no milk, I'm sorry. I have heavy cream. That's all you can have.
Yeah.
So I have some breaking news here from the PB&J Watchtower. We are here to take credit. We're taking credit for United Airlines officially changing their stance. We talked about this in an episode forever ago. I don't even remember what number it was. It was forever ago.
But go back and listen. Yeah.
It was around the time when that guy got ejected from his United Airlines flight by force and they like broke his nose and shit. Because we were talking specifically about that. And then we came up with a plan and a policy on how to fix that. We specifically talked about how they should just do like a bidding system to where if they do need something like that, hey, we will pay you for your seat. Let's make it happen. United Airlines officially changed it where they will pay up to $10,000.
Obviously, listen.
They listened.
Yeah, you're welcome.
They were scared. We are the warriors on the front lines bringing the news, and they knew once our show talked about it, our 5 people were going to rip some shit up.
Oh yeah.
So they were like, "Hold
definitely.
on, we got to hold up before the PB&J podcast people get here. We will pay up to $10,000 for your seat if we overbook and we need to get you off the plane."
So you know what? You're welcome, everyone.
You're welcome, and I wanted to use this ad space to let you know, hey,
We're doing the Lord's work.
we're doing the Lord's work. Donations are
Lord's work.
accepted.
Right.
Hit us up at our PayPal. And love you. Bye.
Bye.
Stupid. I love you.
And that's the end, my folks. My dudes.
My guy.
My guy.
His guy.
Yeah, it's mine, not yours. Fuck off. Get your own guy.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bish. Like rappers do. So
I don't know if you guys can hear the vacuum in the background. There's a downside to recording during the day as my family's awake.
I can't hear the vacuum. We're good. So, so when we come back, are we going straight into zombies, or is that going to be more of a later topic thing, or? So I think that might be something we would end the show with, just because we probably have a lot to say about it.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go zombie stuff and this weird ass website that last.
Yeah.
So you can then I'll bring us back in and I'll defer to you and we'll
do the cereal.
We'll
mascots, or just mascots in general.
Mascots in general. Either the cereal thing or Bo's creeping in on you.
Well, I'm thinking the cereal thing. I'm only going to do a few things, but I'll turn into a conspiracy and how there's conspiracies among the cereal mascots, and then I'll get into the conspiracy of Bo's.
Okay,
cool.
Sounds
good.
So do you want me to finger bang you?
And yeah, please, Bryce, give us a nice little finger bang. We'll do a little talky talk.
Please, Daddy, please. All right, ready?
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, welcome back from break. It was weird as usual. If you hung out for the video stream here with us live or checking us out on YouTube after, you know that I'm lying and it was super boring and we just sat here.
It was awesome. You should have watched. Don't listen to him.
If you were
listening
to Jordan's magical masterpiece in podcast version, high quality audio version, then you missed out on something amazing. And check out the video. So second half, welcome back. We got a lot of stuff to talk about still.
Yeah, man.
I think that Bryce has a couple topics he wants to talk about. I'm sure Jordan will make faces, and then we'll
I minimized the video because I didn't want to look at his face anymore.
I actually have Jordan's face big on my screen all the time.
That's not nice to do.
Fucking I need the core to stop so the radiation can come and cure this cancer. Holy shit.
All right. Anyway, Bryce, take it away.
I want to talk a little bit about some crazy shit that I discovered, which is the evolution of mascots that we've had. There's just like a lot of different weird things that have happened with various mascots for different things. I just wanted to talk about that really quick because I find mascots to be a fascinating idea.
Like dancing around, in like a dragon costume.
Yeah, all types of mascots. So I'm talking cereal mascots. I'm talking about company mascots. Like I find that them as a cultural phenomenon is fascinating to me. How this weird cartoonish like costume is being used to hawk a product to us, and we're cool with it, and we're friends with it in our minds. Yeah, like that's just batshit crazy for me. And how insanely some of their origin stories are, because a lot of them have origin stories that are really like dramatic and like expounded, but also just like how they've changed throughout the years to address how we view them. But for instance, one thing that I learned recently is the Energizer Bunny's name has been added as a word in the Oxford English Dictionary. So if someone's an Energizer Bunny, it's a persistent or indefatigable person or phenomenon. So they can't
be fatigued.
Exactly. I've never heard of the term indefatigable, but that is a thing.
Can you now look up what that is?
Indefatigable? Yeah. Or Jordan, can you do that real quick?
I can.
Thank you, sound engineer Jordan, coming in with a big save. But I just find that fascinating that we've taken an image from a commercial about like this little toy bunny that has the better batteries in it, so it keeps going, right? And it's turned into its own phenomenon where they have like foreign commercials of it doing like Tokyo Drift shit, it running like different machines that batteries just don't run, but it represents it not dying, to the point where our English lexicon's being updated to add it into our language. I just find that completely fascinating to me, to where I can just call anything an Energizer Bunny and everyone's like, yes, that means it'll never die. Even if
Yeah.
energizers are the same as other batteries.
Hold on. Even without it being officially added into the dictionary, the bottom line is if in normal everyday conversation in literally any fucking country where they have the concept of Energizer Bunny, if I said to somebody, "Oh, they're like an Energizer Bunny," or "Oh man, this is like an Energizer Bunny,"
they
or,
would know what you're talking about.
They would instantly 100% understand what I'm talking about.
And I just think that's really interesting to me. So another thing I wanted to talk about was Snack, Crackle, and Pop. The little elf kids for the Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
They actually started off as superheroes. And
like with capes and everything? That's cool.
With capes, and they caught burglars, and they had TV commercials where they beat up burglars and stopped like trucks that were going to flip off the road with toxic waste in them and shit. And there was one ad in particular where there was like this puppeteer looking guy who has like this big chin and a fucking monocle. And he stole all of the city's sound and ransomed all of the sounds for $10 billion. But they created their own Snack, Crapple, and Pop and defeated him with it.
Because they created their cereal sounds.
Yeah, because their cereal sounds made the sound.
That's fucking cool. I didn't know that there was like some kind of...
There's like a mini... And that's not even the only mascot that has its own like thing like that. The Kool-Aid Man had a comic book series where he fought like little sugar aliens. And it spawned its own, and the comic book series spawned its own Atari video game where you were the Kool-Aid Man and they were these, they were called Thirsties. And they were just like these yellow guys with big green tongues. And they would just drink up all the water and you had to turn it into Kool-Aid and then defeat them. It was a really weird game that was like really bad, but it's still like such a cultural phenomenon, the Kool-Aid Man, where he had his own fucking series where he battled the Thirsties by breaking into walls and shouting, "Oh yeah." Like absolutely.
Now, did he have like powers or was he like super strong? Did he have like a gun that he carried?
He didn't have a gun. It was just him. He carried a jug of himself everywhere he went. And it was like the old school naked Kool-Aid Man. It was before they put shorts and the yellow jacket on him. He was just fully
I prefer him that way. I prefer him naked. You know, the putting clothes on him is just is fucking ridiculous. Oh my god, he's naked. Fuck you. He's supposed to be naked.
I don't even think it was because they were like, "Oh my god, he's naked." I think it was so they could put him in rad clothes because they started doing it. I think it was to update his image so he could be the cool guy with the popped collar.
He's fucking rad. Does he have a popped collar?
Yeah, he has like a pop collar on his yellow jacket, and he has like the neon blue like shorts that were really popular in the early '90s for kids. And fucking sneakers that look like they'd light up if he stepped on them, like all that shit. Dude was lit. And like there's a lot of mascots that like Chester Cheeto. He's been in 2 video games. Yeah, he had his own game series. The Red Dot from 7-Up, back when the Red Dot was a mascot. That had its own video game where you collected dots on the beach and shit. It was really weird. And it was also you could be cool. And I just find that really interesting. Another thing I found out when just going on this massive Wikipedia downward spiral of 3 a.m. I found out Mr. Monopoly's full name.
Oh, what is it?
Do you want to know his full name?
Well, hold on. If we say it, does something happen? Because
only if you say it 3 times in a mirror.
Okay.
Okay.
Is a webcam like a mirror?
No. We're fine.
Okay.
His name is Rich Uncle Milburn Pennybags. The acronym for which spells rump.
Pennybags is what I call my balls.
I'm sorry. Is it because they taste like copper? Like what's the
tiny little balls?
Rich Uncle Milburn Pennybags?
Yes, and the acronym for that spells rump. So he's Mr. Rump for me forever. That just means he's an ass man. I'm just saying.
I like it.
Good job.
Chef Boyardee was a real guy.
Really?
Yeah, really? Hector Boyardee. He was a real person, and he created all the dishes.
Hector?
Yeah, his first name is Hector. Yeah.
I'm blown away right now. So my fake Italian food was made
by an actual chef. And he was born in 1898. He created all the dishes, and then people started canning them and selling them.
But his name is Hector.
Yeah.
I expected his name to be like Linguini Boyardi or something.
Oh my god, you're so racist. His name is Pizza Pasta. Obviously. Jesus.
Come on, Jordan
and his
thought the
daughter
same
is
thing.
Basic.
Honestly, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
Mickey and Minnie, the voices for Mickey and Minnie are an actual married couple. They were married in real life.
Oh.
So they're, Mr. Pringles, did you know he had a first name?
No. Can of?
Julius Pringles.
Julius Pringles.
Julius. Like, what the fuck? Miss Buttersworth is voiced by the same person who voiced like 90% of the female characters on South Park. Mr. Clean was adopted. His origin story is that a farmer found little baby Mr. Clean on his doorstep, and he was cleaning it. Like the baby was cleaning the doorstep. So Mr. Clean was an adopted farmer.
So this guy was like fucking jackpot, and he quote adopted him, and he was like, I swear, son, when everybody talks about school, they're definitely talking about cleaning things. I promise.
Yes. Gravy, why your flow so mean, Mr. Clean? The Michelin Man, he has a name too. Did you know that?
Did not.
That
guy
guy
was Michelin Man.
The Michelin Man's name is PBnJ. It's BIBENDUM. And London has a bar dedicated to this guy.
No, really?
Yeah, London has a bib bar. And he had a regular column in an Italian travel magazine where it's just the Michelin Man traveling to different places. Yeah. And then
hey, Bendham here.
I know, right? Like, what? Hey, I flew to Italy. It was really fun. I ate some rubber because I'm tires.
Because I'm tires.
I patched up my relationship with my lady. Hashtag
Hold on.
Fix a flat.
Because I'm tires ranks right up there with I'm gonna pay you with math.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay you with math. But the final thing I wanted to talk about was there was for the third Rayman game. Did you guys ever play Rayman?
Yeah, that was
where it was like the floaty arms and legs.
Yeah.
The third Rayman game, there was a picture of him where he was at the urinal and two dudes are staring at his junk at the urinal, and he's just looking back all cocky. And the tag for the game was no arms, no legs, huge features. Rayman has a giant cock.
Okay.
That was like the end of my...
Where's the Rayman dick go, though?
You know what? I didn't go that far in the Wikipedia
and is it
hole.
Attached, or is it like float in front of him like the rest of his appendages?
It's implied it's attached. It's attached to his torso. His floaty torso.
You know what? That's so fucking weird. We're going to talk about something else that's weird, actually.
Hold on. Are you reading the comments?
No.
On YouTube?
Oh, no, I'm not. Should I be?
Well, so my mom
read
and
them to me.
Shayna are watching. And
the tricks used to be shapes, and then your mom, hi Jordy.
Yeah, the tricks used to be shapes, and actually, there's a theory that the reason why tricks are all circles now is because we used to be Chef Boy Jordy.
Yes.
But there's a theory that the reason why trick shapes changed is they were always colored circle, but we all grew up, and by growing up, we can't see the fruits and the shapes anymore because tricks are for kids.
Holy shit.
So now they're just colored balls for us, whereas kids can still see the shapes.
Interesting.
I wonder.
Hashtag
but
conspiracy.
We need to stop before I talk about what I was about to go into.
God damn it.
My beautiful segue, by the way. Let's talk a little bit about how Jordan's AOL screen name used to be Chef Boy Jordy.
Wait, that was legit your screen name?
Yeah, I didn't pick it. My mother.
I don't believe you.
I was also like, Mom, how old were we? Like, I was like 8.
Hold on. Wait. The only reason that would have something she chose for you is you must have had a Chef Boyardee like problem.
Well, I was fat. I mean, I'm still fat.
Look,
Jesus,
I ate
bro.
like 2 or 3 cans of their fucking balls and spaghetti. every day.
I'm not gonna lie. If you put some Chef Boyardee in front of me right now, I'll eat out of the can.
You're not gonna fucking.
Oh,
say
I used
no.
to. I used to have a cat who, if we ever wanted him to come inside, all we had to do was crack a can of Chef Boyardee. He would
By the
come
way,
running home.
Just so everybody knows, the name of the show today is Chef Boy Jordy. I just want
yeah, no, 100%. And you know what? I'm going to start working on the picture because fuck it, I've already got the perfect mind.
I hate you guys. That's so embarrassing.
Oh my god, this is what. Hey, you know what? There was a whole episode where we sung a rhyme that my sister gave you about me.
John the Leprechaun. That's right.
Right.
Went
so
to school with no
listen here, Chef Boy Jordy. Anyway, so all right, you guys know, right? One of the biggest reasons that I chose to, and me and Jordan actually chose to and bring Jordan in or Bryce into the fold into doing a podcast was because we were listening to a lot of Tom and Dan, and I still do, and then I listen to a ton of podcasts now, actually, of which, I mean, we're second easily. But anyway, they recently were talking about Realtor.com because, his wife, yada, yada, not a free plug. Listen to them. They're cool. But essentially, Realtor.com has put together a list of the best and worst places to go to survive an apocalypse.
Excellent. That's what I need when I'm looking at a home is, hey, if the world ends,
how would I fare?
What's my retail value after the end of the world?
Well, here's what's funny, right? Is that these are the categories.
Okay.
Devastating hurricanes.
Okay.
Demoralizing tweet storms. Cyber attacks. Gun attacks. North Korea, Iran, and Russia.
Nice.
Zombies. And everything. Now, we will in a moment try to maybe hone in on some of these other topics if you want. However, what really caught my attention is there is the zombie apocalypse list, okay? And the problem with this is that it only gives all the main reasons why the number one place should be chosen, but the other in the list, they don't talk about why,
Okay.
The number one on the list, right, is... Let's see.
No, take your time.
Is it a place in the middle of Montana?
No, it's Lubbock, Texas.
Is it because everyone's got a gun in Texas?
Yeah. So now they say that the reasons are because, in Zombieland, right, the hero lists his rules, and the one is to keep up your cardio. The other rule is about the double tap, and there's a link to the guns and yada yada, right?
Yeah.
There's also a link to there's a heavy military presence in Texas.
Okay.
Right. And now, if there's nukes or something, it's likely that this wouldn't be a nuke scenario. Right. So military outposts would be soldiers, ammunition, tanks, things like that. Right. Where you can hide, during a zombie apocalypse. So it would make sense. Yeah. Now, that aside, and I would like to kind of say number two kind of surprised me a lot.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you think the number two place on the zombie apocalypse list is?
Well, you told us, so
pretend I didn't, and then guess and have
what I would have thought would be Fort Knox, like that area.
I would have thought Alaska, personally.
Wherever they had that seed vault.
The reason why I would think Alaska is you don't need power to preserve food. Because it gets cold enough to where all you have to do is dig a hole and put some boards over it, and you got a refrigerator. There are already people living off the land in Alaska.
Yeah.
So it's very survivable and able to be done. And there's a small population of people, so the infected count would be very small. So it's one of those things where you could just fucking hole up. It's an island, so even if the rest of the world got fucked, Alaska would still be safe in its own little environment as long as you won that initial battle. So that I would have put Alaska as number one, but
okay. So number two on the list, Deltona, Florida,
which I don't agree with at all.
Where I live now,
for all the reasons I listed with Alaska.
I have some arguments with this actually, but real quick. So these are the other ones, and we'll get to Deltona here in a second. And I have a reason why that I kind of agree.
Oh, okay.
And I'm kind of curious. So after that was San Luis Obispo, California, then Oklahoma City at number 4. And now here they give you a hint. What was an exception to the small metro rule.
Okay.
I assume that you don't want to be in a heavy metropolitan area, too many people, right? But this is, I guess this is a smaller, maybe the way the homes are, or whatever. And then that's also like Wichita, Kansas at number 7. It's in the swath of country known as Tornado Alley. These areas have plenty of homes and bunkers and safe rooms, right?
That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
And then rounding the list is Kalamazoo, whatever that place is in Minnesota, Fort Smith, Arizona, Prescott, Arizona, Lynchburg, Virginia. So here is why I kind of think the Deltona thing, right? There is a lot of
nothing.
Well, not really, actually. If you think about Deltona, there's a few main roads that have like all your stuff and that link kind of together where your stores and restaurants and stuff are, right? Yeah. But essentially, Deltona, which is, by the way, the second largest city in Volusia County, right, is one fucking gigantic home neighborhood. It's just a giant neighborhood, right? So it's nothing but houses, which houses provide shelter. Zombies tend to not have the ability to get in and out of your shelter if you just have, let's say, a doorknob. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think because of the extreme amount of homes in comparison to a limited number of people, because these are all single family, single floor homes. So at maximum, you have between 4 to 6 people in each house. Right. Where if you're in a city where they have large 2-story homes or have a higher population density, there's fuck more people. So equal more zombies. Right. So like you see what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of shelter. However, renewable food is an issue.
100%.
You know, it kind of seems like this list, and the problem I have is this list just went with all the ways to kill zombies
and not what to do to survive in a siege, because that's what zombie apocalypse scenarios are. There's the initial battle where everything's going to shit, and then the aftermath where it's just the extended siege. And we're not going to be living off Twinkies. We're going to have farms, we're going to have walls, and we're going to be raided by large amounts of zombies
at a time.
And that's my problem with the Sanford answer is Deltona answer is it's still close to heavily populated areas where the zombies will eventually migrate when there's no people to kill.
And they'll eventually move out from the metro areas. And
it's way too close for you to, like, you would have to build a huge wall, have enough people alive to survive, and like
I would go to an island. I think I'd go to an island where I could use botch together stuff to make solar cells or to make little wind turbines from alternators and stuff. Have fish to eat.
Hooked up to some copper wire and a magnet, like
exactly. You know, like but Deltona. It's weird, right?
I don't see Deltona as the de facto number 2 spot for we're gonna make it through. Like it's all flat ground because all Florida is flat ground, so you're not gonna have like the high ground advantage of zombies slowly walking up a hill or something and falling over and shit.
No.
So especially if it's like Rage 28 Days Later zombies, like they're going to go full on sprint mode. And if you don't have a wall or a barricade that's good enough to fight off all of Orlando's population, you're fucked.
Okay, so what they say is a zombieism would be a disease. So if you're found,
so they set some rules with it. All right.
Yeah. Okay. So they did. I was kind of reading backwards. Unknowingly infected people boards a plane, spreads the illness to others for that flight until they land at a major international airport in a major city.
Like
once they get to those, right? So those are packed
Stanford
areas.
International Airport.
Well, but the thing is, though, is the Stanford International Airport is across the water and several miles, like, you know, so
it's just, you know, I would say after 2 months of Zombie Town,
Still a big avenue.
They'll make their way.
However, Deltona would be in between, you know, the Daytona airport, right, and Sanford. Eventually, they would get here. You know, I agree with that.
100%.
You know, but Lubbock, I also disagree with, just because it's near military bases and whatnot. I mean, I think an island scenario or Alaska or something like that is going to be the fucking jam, right?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Okay, so do you guys want to look at any of these other lists? Let's see.
I'm curious about how we would fare in nuclear fire, like Florida, like what the best spot in Florida is. Because the bunkers for nuclear fire are few and far between in Florida, because it's very hard to build anything underground here. Because
so Crestview, Florida is number 9 on the nuclear list.
Crestview, where the fuck is Crestview?
I have no idea.
Upper Panhandle.
Oh, that makes sense. Where there's actual hills and shit.
And it's, well, one of the reasons is because it's kind of tucked up in the Gulf, right? So the land, there's lots of land between it in any direction, right?
Right.
Now, number 1, not surprising, Kansas City, middle of the fucking country.
Right. Not only is it not a
far.
high priority target, but also Kansas, the tornado thing. There are bunkers for tornadoes. You just go in your bunker and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Now I disagree with 2, 4, and 6. 2 is New Haven, Connecticut. 6 is Manchester, New Hampshire.
Wait. Oh, okay.
And Hagerstown, Maryland. The problem I have with that is they're all East Coast cities.
And the East Coast is notorious for that's going to be the zone. Not only because it's easier for nukes to reach there distance-wise, but also because...
Well, what this map says... What this map thinks is this map says that the major attacks are going to be the western side of the state, of the country, I mean. Wow. So, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Why wouldn't they blow up New York? And
I don't buy that.
I mean, I guess because Washington's northwest, right? Or no, that's east. No, I don't know where geography is.
You're funny.
Where's
Washington's on the East Coast.
It is on the East Coast. Then why the fuck would they do the West Coast? No one cares
listen,
about
there's
California.
no safe places. There's just safer places. You'd want to go to Kansas City. The Metro has one of the highest rates of housing listings with bunkers and fallout shelters. It also has more than its fair share of homes with basements. All of them are made of brick as far as the structure.
Okay.
And that will assist you in taking that hit the best.
But we can get some lead lining in there. We can
downside. There are there's an army base, more than 5,000 acres, more than 35 miles northwest. Because there's an army base there, there's a chance of it being hit.
Be a target, yeah.
You know what I mean? So honestly,
if it's just like a follow-up attack.
The one I'm most interested in, demoralizing tweet storms.
That's actually what I wanted you to look at, because I don't really fully know what that is.
Well, I'm assuming that's a jab at Trump. Like demoralizing tweets.
I see. Okay.
No.
Let's go through the top 10 on that one.
I'm curious as to what they put for their reasoning behind that, and like what would be the effects of demoralizing tweets. Is it like riots, or like what are they worried about with that?
I think it's hometown should be number 1, probably.
Let's see. Hang on.
Also, just while we're waiting, you talking about that reminded me of something. Do you guys know
it's just bait. They don't talk about it in this at all. They start with cyber attacks.
Yeah, see, it is bait. Okay. I wanted to talk to you guys about something just 2 seconds because you reminded me of it. Do you guys know that we can buy our own
I'm kind of done with this
military missile base?
Really?
Yeah, the old.
Let's do it and put PBnJ stickers.
Well, that's what I want. That's what I want because they're hard sought assets, and it's one of those things where there are some that are super cheap.
Yeah,
it's insane. Like there was one that sold for like $120,000, and it was an old nuclear silo that didn't have nukes in it anymore.
Really?
Yeah, like oh my god, I would love that. I could live underground, have a cool ass like missile base, and like it's mine. Fuck yeah, like that just sounds cool as shit to me
to live in. That would be super fucking cool. You'd still have
I mean, yeah, they are the only service provider in the area, so
Jesus.
fucking bastards.
Fucking bastards. So yeah, anyway, I just thought it was interesting that we're on that list. I honestly think that whole list is devised to sell homes in certain
Oh,
areas.
100%.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah,
And that's honestly
yeah.
when I was listening to Tom and Dan, that's kind of what they thought too. I just thought it would be cool to ask you guys.
Yeah.
As far as anything else goes, I mean, I'm pretty tapped, guys. I actually have to pee.
I'm pretty sure that we nailed it.
Yeah, of course.
I
did.
think we nailed
Fucking
it too. Yeah.
Always fucking nailed it. Jordan, why don't you plug us up with all that finger banging from Bryce today? Wait.
All right.
What?
That's different. Wait till after the show.
I don't wait for anything.
All the same, of course, as every week. Follow us and like and share on Facebook, PB, the letter NJ podcast. You can find us. We switched hosts to Podbean, so we've got our own website now, pbnjpodcast.podbean.com.
Yep. Fucking check it out. Every episode's there.
Yeah, every single episode. That's where we'll be uploading permanently from this point on.
Yes.
Unless we find something better in the future, but better costs more money, so not yet.
But, yeah, that's where we'll be for the foreseeable future. Feel free to, at us on Twitter, at PBnJ Podcast, and of course our email, pbnjpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, definitely send us some email. You know what? We have, real quick before we close out, I was just looking at our streams before we started, and we have some listens in like Japan this last week. We had some listens in the UK. Guys, PB, the letter NJ podcast @gmail.com. Please hit us up. Let us know what you think. You know what? You can write it in Japanese. It doesn't matter. We'll highlight it and use Google. We'll figure it out. So, but on that note, guys.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Later.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
That was amazing.
Recording is stopped.
Mine too.
So I'm gonna
real quick, everybody that is watching the video or still here live with us, we really appreciate you.
Thank you for chatting. Thank you for watching.
For hanging out. Yeah, exactly. So peace out.
Later.
Girl Scout.